So, what is present perfect continuous and how can I use it for discussing ongoing environmental changes? Present perfect continuous tense it's a tense that expresses an action that began in the past and continues in the present, and it may continue. So, began in the past and it's still here in the present, and it may continue in the future. It is formally, or it's formed by using the present tense of auxiliary verb have, third person has, the past participle of the main verb, and the present participle of the main verb. That sounds very confusing, right? Let's take a look at this once again on the next slide. So, how do I form a present continuous tense sentence? So, for this, we have a formula here. And the formula is you need a subject, has or have, plus been, plus present participle of the main verb. So, just to make it simplify it, you have to have always have or has been on the present participle verb, the main verb. So, that is the ing form. The present continuous can be used when we are describing something that is happening now. So, persistent. So, it's always happening. It's persistent, and the need for ongoing attention and action. So, here we are talking about ing form, and this ing form began in the past, it's still going on, and it may continue. So, how to talk about ongoing environmental changes? Let's take a look at the topic deforestation. Now, in this first sentence, where is the present perfect continuous? Let's read it first. The rainforest has been experiencing rapid deforestation for the past decade. So, here the rainforest, we're talking about this forest, has been experiencing. So, has, while it's a third person, it has been, und der verb is in ing form, has been experiencing. This is a present perfect continuous. Present has, perfect because of been, and experiencing is the continuous form. Let's take a look at the second example. Companies have been clearing large areas of land for agriculture, leading to significant environmental consequences. Companies have been clearing. So, subject is companies, have, the present, perfect is been, and then the ing form, the continuous, is clearing. So, you see here the formula is always you have or has been plus the verb is in ing form. The main verb comes in the ing form. Let's take a look at some more examples, and we change the topic from deforestation. Now, we go to wildlife conservation. Conservation efforts, that we need to follow. So, conservation efforts have been working towards preserving endangered species and their habitats. So, conservation efforts, that is our subject, have is the present, been is the perfect, and working is the continuous. Let's take a look at next one. The government has been implementing measures to protect natural reserves and biodiversity. So, what has the government done? Subject, has is the present, been is the perfect, and implementing is the continuous form. So, here on this topic, or in this topic of wildlife conservation, we have used present perfect continuous, started in the past, it's still going on, and the efforts are still continuing. So, to preserve conservation, they have been working towards it, and they will work in the future. And the government has been implementing, they have been doing these measures or taking these measures to protect the animals or the natural reserves and biodiversity. So, both these sentences are present perfect continuous. Continuous means always the ing form. One more topic, that is renewable energy, something that you can reuse. Let's go through the examples. Many countries have been investing in renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power to reduce reliance on fossil fuels. So, here many countries, subject, have been investing is our present perfect continuous, have been investing in, and then we have the information in renewable energy sources. Examples are solar and wind power to reduce reliance on fossil fuels. Scientists and engineers have been developing new technologies to harness clean energy for a sustainable future. So, scientists and engineers is the subject, have been developing. That's our present perfect continuous so that we get clean energy. So, they're trying to get this for a sustainable future. Let's take a look at this dialogue here, or read it, not just look, but read it together. So Kim says, "Hey Peter, have you noticed how much the climate has been changing lately?" And Peter says, "Absolutely, Kim. It's concerning. The temperatures have been steadily rising and extreme weather events have been becoming more frequent." Kim says, "Yes, and deforestation has played a big role. The rainforests have been shrinking rapidly." "I agree. Companies have been clearing vast areas of land for agriculture, and that has been contributing to the loss of biodiversity," Peter says. Then Kim continues, "Also, pollution levels have been rising. Industries have been releasing harmful pollutants into the air, affecting both the environment and our health." Peter says, "It's disheartening. Conservation efforts have been ongoing, but we need more initiative to address these environmental changes." Kim says, "Definitely. Countries have been investing in cleaner sources like solar and wind power." Peter says, "That's a positive step. Hopefully, these changes will lead to a more sustainable future." Kim says, "Every small effort counts in making a difference." So here, Kim and Peter are talking about or discussing the climate change. If you read it once again, you would find all the sentences, all the places where there is present perfect continuous. Let me give you one example here. In this, where Peter says, "Absolutely, Kim." If you look in that part, and he continues, he says that temperatures have been steadily rising. Now here, have been rising, but we have used steadily to show that there is no difference, there is no change. So have been rising is our present perfect continuous. If you look what Kim says after that, or if you read after that what Kim says, and in that sentence she says, "The rainforests have been shrinking rapidly." So here, have been shrinking. So go through this conversation or dialogue and underline or search out all the places where you can see this present perfect continuous has been used. So, present perfect continuous. Ing form, it's also called as progressive. Continuous means there is always a continuity. So that's why we use this ing form. But here we have present and perfect and continuous. So here we are talking about actions that started in the past and they're still ongoing, and it may happen also in the future. So have and has plus been, and danak, their verb, is in ing form. Have been doing, have been shrinking. So these are the examples of present perfect continuous. Thank you very much for joining me here, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the next video.